Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband.
Wife.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Saturnalia.
Yeah, do you know what we're going to be talking about today?
I think you said we're talking about Santa?
We're talking about Santa.
Yeah.
Is he naughty or is he nice?
Is he real or is he not?
Should we tell the children?
That's a great question.
That's what this episode's about.
All right, well, let's just jump right into it then.
Okay. Okay, before we get into what the research says,
Okay.
tell me your thoughts about Santa and how you feel about it and what Santa was like in your childhood and how we deal with Santa with our kids.
Well, that's a big lot of questions you just asked me there.
How do you feel about Santa?
I'm going to start with my childhood.
Okay.
In my childhood, I had fond memories of Christmas, and we did lots of things around Christmas time, went and saw lights and did caroling and had family get-togethers, and, you know, Santa was definitely part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you go to see Santa?
Maybe a couple of times. Yeah, I mean, I definitely did. It wasn't something that, like, sticks out in my memory exactly. But I do recall that we started questioning things pretty early on, and I think it started with the tooth fairy because we caught our parents, you know, putting something under our pillows. And then
Oh no!
And then it you know, it fell apart when we started finding Christmas gifts that came from Santa. Because, you know, we were the kids that looked for our Christmas gifts.
You were such little assholes.
Yeah. So
seriously, you guys were assholes.
But I guess personally, and I didn't grow up in a religious household, so it wasn't like part of the big, like there wasn't a big to do except for, you know, once a year Santa came, right?
Right.
So what fell apart for me was the person who brought the gifts. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm like, oh, well, it's my parents. Okay, whatever. Like,
right. Did you feel betrayed when you found out?
I really didn't.
What liars! I can never trust them again, those fuckers!
I gotta say I didn't. But then again, and I qualified this because it wasn't part of a big religious rigmarole that we went through every year.
Right.
It was just Santa. That's it.
Right.
You know, like we had these weird things that were just things, and that's all they were.
What weird things? What do you mean?
Tooth fairy. You
Easter
know,
bunny.
Easter bunny, Santa, whatever. You know, all the fairy tale,
holiday
mythological, related. You know, holiday related figures that pop up in people's lives, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't bother me that he wasn't real. Not that I recall.
So let me tell you my upbringing with Santa, okay?
Okay.
Santa was a big fucking deal when we were kids.
Yeah.
And part of it is because my dad was in the Air Force and he worked shift work, and sometimes, you know, he got sent away on TDY, so he wasn't always home. So Christmas was not necessarily always on December 25th for us. It was when Dad could be present for it.
Sure.
And it was a big deal because, we planned family time around Dad being home to do Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
So Christmas for us was more about family than the date on the calendar or whatever religious stuff might be related to it. Because we weren't raised religious either.
Right.
But my mom and dad, they went a long way to make us believe in Santa. I can remember one year my mom put some powder down on the ground and then used one of my dad's combat boots.
Wow.
To put a footprint in the powder. Now, there wasn't even any snow. I know this now.
Right.
So I'm like, why would Santa? But obviously Santa brought the snow with him.
Yeah, from the North Pole.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right. And another time they had I think they did crumpled up Oreos or something as coal.
Right.
That they left just a little trail.
Sure.
And just fun stuff like that, right?
Right.
And I have no idea when we stopped actually believing that Santa was magical. But here's the thing. My parents never came out and admitted, fact on fact, there is no such thing as Santa and we are Santa.
Right.
Because when asked, they always said, and I love this, and this is what I've always said to our kids, Santa is as real as you want him to be because Santa is about the magic of Christmas and love and giving and being together with your family.
Right.
And that was the best possible way that they could say, of course he doesn't exist, stupid.
Right.
But play along because it's fucking fun. And we always did and we always have.
Sure.
And that's what I always told my kids.
Yep.
And I just love that because it's fun and, you get to play along with your parents.
Right, right. I think, and I'm only gauging this on my upbringing. I don't feel like, introducing this figment of your imagination into a holiday festival type thing does. I could be wrong. I don't feel like it does a lot of harm though if it's done correctly. But I
right.
also at the same time recognize that it is part of a larger thing, which is religion, that does do harm and can, with the whole bit that goes along with it, cause even more harm.
And the whole consumerism part of it, of gift.
Well, and that I think so. My parents, there was a couple of years where we did homemade gifts for Christmas and stuff like that we did family get-togethers, and it was all homemade gifts. So I mean, it wasn't like that every year, and obviously that's not what we do anymore. But we try. My family tried to make it about giving
and family
and the right thing, and family, than more so than about consumerism and religion.
Right.
So
no, totally. I think our family did it differently than yours, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think that the reasoning was the same, to put a big emphasis on family and loving each other.
Right.
And making it that one time of year when you focus on trying to be around each other and enjoy each other's company.
And that's where I take issue with it. That one time a year.
Right.
Well,
it's when I say that one time of year when we focus on it, that doesn't mean that you don't be that way or that you shouldn't be that way all the time.
Right.
But it is good to have, I think. I think that we should always be good to each other. But I also think that it is good to have an annual reminder of, hey, that thing you're supposed to do all year round?
Right.
Actually focus on it. It's kind of like Thanksgiving and the whole gratitude thing, how it's become so gross.
Yeah.
And I hate seeing people's gratitude fucking posts every November.
Right.
But on the same token, I think it is good to have an annual remembrance of, hey, you should be grateful every day. You should find a reason to be happy every day. But definitely this time period, we're going to focus on it, just in case you forgot.
Got it.
So I think it's like you said, it should always be there, but it's become gross.
I don't know. I struggle with this one in my head. I don't really...
the back and forth.
I'm not as much pro Santa as you are.
Well,
but
I have nostalgia related to it.
Yeah.
So let's see what some of the research says.
Okay.
I'll start with the bad. Okay.
Sure.
There's parents question the morality of telling an extended lie to their children.
Yeah.
Which, could erode trust.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
It also raises concerns regarding whether their children will lose trust in them once they discover the truth, which is what I just said.
Yeah.
And then there's also, what about kids who are neurodivergent, who are maybe on the autism spectrum? They require specific and targeted understanding of truth and fact versus imagination and fantasy.
Right.
And that makes it really hard for them to discern, what is real.
Right. Right.
Then there's the race factor as well, which many see Santa as just another white male that we're forcing children to obey.
Right.
And, speaking of the race factor, there's a bunch of people that are like, Santa's white. And it's like, he's imaginary. He's whatever.
He's whatever you want him to be.
Yeah. He's every race.
Right.
He's all the races.
Right.
He's the best of everyone,
Yeah.
Like, duh. Then there's the negativity of using Santa only as a way to threaten against bad behavior.
Right.
Which,
right.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
Like, you're only going to get presents if you are good.
Right.
And if you're bad, Santa's not going to bring you shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight to carry on a kid.
Yeah.
Like thinking you're going to get punished by this imaginary figure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially religion too.
Yes.
So,
they are definitely related. And then finally, there's the economically oppressed children. They're not going to get nice gifts from Santa.
Right.
So is it really fair that, like, in our house, we've always made the ridiculously expensive stuff if we're able to get something like that? We always make that the thing that's from Santa because clearly that's not something that mom and dad would give.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And there are people saying it should be the other way around, that Santa should bring the small junk, not the expensive shit.
Yeah. Well, I think early on with our kids, and we did do Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Early on with our kids, we told them not to like talk about their gifts at school and stuff too, because
Mm-hmm.
we were concerned about people that didn't have as much or weren't able to, and vice versa. Like there might be people that have more than our kid,
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things that it can show the discrepancies in how much one person makes versus another, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like it to a kid. It just seems unfair,
And it is unfair.
right?
So that's all the bad stuff. How do you feel about, like, the lie? Do you feel like it pushes a bad sense of morality?
So we have two kids, both of them which are now adults,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had discussions with both of them, I think, about this
Mm-hmm.
after they were adults,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't feel like it hurt them. Like I don't feel like it was a thing that caused a problem in our relationship or anything like that. And I do think that they had fun with the whole Santa thing at some level.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess.
I mean, we
in
still,
our case,
still give our kids a gift from Santa.
Right. In our case, I guess I'm okay with it, and it's fine. Again, just my personal opinion. I'm not big on Santa. I don't like pushing. There's so many things that I'm against with regard to Santa, and it goes to consumerism and religion and things like that. But at the same time, we've never done those specific things. Like it's never been about you have to give this to that person and you have to, like that's never been what it's been about. Our kids have always gotten the thing that we were excited to get them because it was something that they wanted more than anything in the world.
Or didn't even know that they wanted.
Yeah. So, that's what it's always been with us is like we got them something to help further their art or their working out or whatever it was. That was what we did.
Mm-hmm.
And
something related to their personal interests.
I don't know. I don't have a great answer.
I didn't realize that you were so anti-Santa. This is such a odd discussion to be having.
I am not.
You sound like you're anti-Santa.
I'm anti-Santa because of what it represents in the grander scheme.
You're not anti-American Santa.
Like at a personal level, like we're parents, right? And we manage it the way we manage it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay knowing how we manage it, that we handle it correctly. Like, we handle it in a way in which I don't think it's going to damage our kids, in a way in which I think it makes it fun and better and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
But I don't think that the idea in general is a good thing.
So if you could go back in time, would you not do Santa in our household? Oh my
I don't
God,
know.
that pregnant silence. Holy shit.
I don't know.
Wow. That's amazing. I had no idea. This conversation is like literally rocking me off my chair. How do you feel about not obviously it didn't erode their trust in us. Do you feel like it taught them, that lying is okay or whatever?
No, I don't think that happened.
Okay. So you might not do Santa if we went back in time. I still would. But
No, I get it. I get it. And again, I think that as it comes down to me and you, I'm fine with the way we do it. Like, you've always been big on Christmas, and I have fond memories of Christmas as well. So, like, I'm not against doing Christmas. It's just, I guess, with hindsight as to partly for what we're doing now, partly some of the people that I've talked to, partly just, I don't know. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd be for it being who I am now if I went back 20 years.
That's so interesting.
So.
Wow. I'm shooketh. So here's what some of the researchers say are good about Santa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It does help preserve the magic of the season. Also, it is a natural part of child development to have an imaginative thought process.
Right.
So it does encourage that part of their brain.
Sure.
And believing in things that grown-ups don't is a perfectly normal part of childhood, from fairies in the garden to monsters under the bed.
Sure.
Things like that, imaginary friends.
Right.
So, like, that is not only normal, but encouraged.
Right.
Because it is part of their natural development.
Right.
Also, believing in joy and goodwill
Sure.
is, a good thing to encourage.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Here's another thing I found interesting, because this is something that is discussed in certain types of therapy for mental health. Looking forward to Christmas Day provides hits of anticipatory dopamine.
Yeah.
And there's this whole list of things that you're supposed to do for, like, providing yourself happiness. One of them is planning out things to look forward to.
Gotcha.
And Christmas Day is
Provides
one of the
one
big
of those,
ones.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like
It's
easy.
funny.
It's
It's funny
a
you
gimme.
said that, because, like, when I was growing up, like, Christmas Day was my brother and I. We would get up at like 5
Mm-hmm.
in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and tiptoe down the stairs and, like, see what we could see,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, wait until like 6 o'clock hit, because we're like, that's a reasonable hour,
Right.
and then we'd go knock on our parents' door and be like, get up
now.
But our kids
slept in.
Oh my God, you couldn't get them up on Christmas Day.
I mean,
They're like,
it would be like 10 a.m. and we would be like, okay, the day's getting away from us. Let's do Christmas.
right, we're like, get up, Christmas, Santa's been here, and they're like, can you wait me in like a half an hour?
And we're like, no, we already did that
I mean, this
twice.
is even like early on.
Yeah.
Even when our kid was like little, they didn't want to get up for Christmas.
No,
there
neither
was
one
never
of
an
them.
anticipatory
And I got
response
up early
to Christmas
too.
Day.
Like, when I was a kid, me and my sister, on Christmas Eve, we would share a room. So
Right.
so that my parents could make sure that
Right,
we were
of
locked
course.
in safely
Of
to
course.
one little area, not tiptoeing around, right?
Right.
And did you and your brother share a room
On
on Christmas Eve?
So, I mean, we shared a room for some years, but then no, after a certain point.
Mm.
So, yeah.
So we had separate rooms, but it was just on Christmas Eve.
Right.
We shared a room so that we would get up together.
Right.
And yeah, we were always up by 8 a.m. Like,
Gotcha. Yeah,
I
we were up
mean,
before that. So.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. I think that's the way most kids are. But yeah, our kids were like, we'll get there when they get there. The presents ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And we're like, but the cat's getting into stuff. And we're hungry. And we stayed up all night wrapping shit last minute. We're like ready to
if we're
get
up,
Christmas
then you
on.
fuckers should be up.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Okay, so here's another thing that researchers say. in taking children to see animated movies, and like there was a list of like the really popular Disney movies like Frozen and Moana, Encanto, for
Right.
God's sakes,
Right.
or reading fun books, and they listed fun fantasy books like Harry Potter's the obvious big one, but there's also, Chronicles of Narnia
Sure.
and other kid books, right?
Yep.
And in dressing them up for Halloween, we're involving children in fantasy worlds, and that's as it should be.
Right.
We should be providing these fun things, these fun experiences for our kids.
Yeah.
And Santa is one of those, I guess, they say.
And again, I'm torn on the subject. I'm torn because I don't like what Santa and Christmas has come to stand for.
Right.
It's not family anymore. It's really just not.
It's kind of like, do you like America? And the answer is mixed bag. I like what it could be and should be, but not what it is. Is that how you feel about Christmas?
Yeah, like I kind of like how we do our Christmas now. We do our Christmas very minimal, and
we don't even sell or decorate.
No, not
we don't
really.
even have a tree up this year.
Yeah, no. And we spend time with family, and we give gifts that we know our kids are gonna like, and we just enjoy our time with them. That's all.
Mostly we do family stuff. Like,
yeah.
We always start the day unwrapping presents, and then we go to your mom's for like dinner, which is actually like just late lunch.
Right.
And then we go to my parents for like coffee and pie and cake and whatever.
Sure.
And then that's pretty much it. And we get to see our siblings.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, it's just, that's yeah. I don't know. We're in the middle of this podcast, and I'm sitting here just analyzing my thoughts, and I'm not really sure, but I don't think that you have to be sure. I think you just have to not be an asshole, right? You
Right.
can't use Santa as a punishment avenue. You can't use religion the same way. Like that's a big hang up that I have with religion, is the way it's utilized on kids as a punishment and a fear thing.
Right.
So I guess it's in how it's implemented at the household level. Really.
Yeah. I can remember my first reaction on reading an article about how you shouldn't give the expensive gift from Santa to your kids because, economically oppressed kids don't get fancy shit from Santa.
Yeah.
I remember my first initial reaction was like, excuse you? Telling me how to do my Santa, I'll give what the fuck I want.
But no, see, that makes sense to me.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. My initial reaction was like, the hell you say, stop bossing me around. But like, that was 2 years ago. And over the last 2 years, that article has sat with me.
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of like, I'll do it the way I want. But I'm also like, but yeah, that makes sense though.
Right. If we could all agree, right, that Santa only gives small trinkets or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would make it a little bit more fair for kids across the world, like across the country or whatever, because they wouldn't be as put out if Santa didn't get them the,
fucking
whatever.
PS2 or whatever the fuck the new thing is.
Yeah, the big stuff came from the parents. It wasn't something Santa didn't get them.
Right.
But the expectation is that you can ask Santa for whatever you want, and you'll get something on that list.
Right.
Right? Like, at least.
Yeah.
And then some kids get it all,
and
some kids get maybe one thing or maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe
they get nothing.
And then when that gets broken out at the, friend level, when you're talking about it at school the next day or the next week, whatever, that's when the problems start setting in. Like, wait, why would Santa bring you this and I got that?
Right. I only got
this is
socks.
fucked up. It's fucked up.
And you got all the, new games and shit, whatever, expensive things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
And then parents have to start backpedaling and making excuses as to why our version of Santa is different from Tommy's version of Santa.
Right.
Like, why did they get that and I only got this? And then it forces the parents to increase that lie or have a sit down and, whatever.
Right.
I mean, I don't think that ever really happened in our case, but it could. It could.
Right.
And I could see, we were never, we're not rich. We always made enough money to get something nice for our kids, so
Right.
I don't feel like they ever wanted for what they didn't care what the other kids got. They got what they wanted,
Right.
but there's a poor kid out there that didn't get probably anything for Christmas.
Of course.
And sitting there just, sad as fuck.
Why
can
doesn't
be,
Santa
'cause-
like me or whatever? Why
Right.
don't I deserve, how bad am I that even Santa didn't bring me anything?
Right, and their parents might have even got mad at them for even asking,
Right.
about Santa or getting gifts and stuff,
Right.
So, I mean, you just don't know what kind of trauma is happening because of the holiday and the other kids around you. So.
Right. And like I can see somebody like my parents being like, well, why are other kids my responsibility? And like I guess that was kind of my initial reaction was, and I'm not proud of my initial reaction, to be clear, okay?
Yeah.
My initial reaction was like, well, why do I have to worry about other people's households and what Santa's bringing other kids and blah 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 blah. But that is such a like self-centered, small-minded way of thinking of it.
Right.
And I mean, on the one hand, I do want to make sure that my kids get something good for Christmas, whether it's from me or Santa.
Sure.
And I don't want to have to worry about other kids.
Right.
And I guess I resent the fact but I do though.
I guess this is why I struggle with
have to worry about other kids.
This is why I struggle with the question of Santa, because if we
Mm-hmm.
had a real discussion about the meaning behind Christmas,
right.
and our kids understood that we were the ones getting the gifts and they were the ones giving the gifts, etc.
Mm-hmm.
At that level, then there's no longer this problem of Santa gave us this, but you didn't get that.
Right.
There's no longer this question as to whether or not it's a punishment from some imaginary thing or from your
Right.
parents.
Right.
It doesn't. It's less repressive, I feel, to do it a different way. To do it in a way that maybe Santa represents a time to show love to your family and giving, and maybe Santa just shows up to reinforce that everyone's giving something and treating you right and everything like that. But it's in the way that we state what Christmas is and what Santa's about that will define how you relay that to other people in your life, including kids at an elementary school level
Right.
that relay it to their friends, and that's where the problem comes in.
I mean, you and I don't even participate in family gift exchanges partly because of this.
Right.
Because
it's pointless.
Well, that, and we don't have enough money for all of our family members.
Right. And it's
not to do that and to get our kids the things that we want to get them.
Well, and essentially, why don't you just all take out a $10 bill and just swap it with each other?
Right.
Like, it's the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
I've never understood gift exchanges.
I don't either.
I'm like, there's always like a dollar limit. And I'm like, okay, can I just take that dollar limit and go, get my own shit that I want?
Yeah.
Because this is stupid.
Because how many times have you ever just said, I have $25 just to spend on myself for something fun?
It's much less stress to just enjoy your family. Like, can we just skip the gift giving between the extended family and let's just enjoy our time?
Right. Well, just this evening, it occurred to me, I said to you, oh my God, it's Christmas Eve. And because our kids aren't with us this year.
Yeah.
And it's just me and you.
Yeah.
We didn't really decorate. We didn't put up a tree or anything. And I was like, oh my God, it's Christmas Eve. And yeah, we have plans to go see our families tomorrow. But you and I specifically, we did not get each other even one thing. And I was like, oh, I feel like shit. And you were like, oh shit, me too. And I was like, oh, that's crappy. Like, we have nothing to unwrap from each other tomorrow. And then you were like, let's just get out our phones and each order something. And I was like, for each other or for ourselves? And you were like, well, for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because if I'm being honest, there are specific things that I want, and I want to be free to buy them without feeling guilty. I'm not going to go out book shopping right now.
The gift I'm going to give you right now is the free pass of not feeling guilty
go buy
for
yourself
spending
whatever
$40,
book you want.
or whatever,
Go buy yourself a couple books, whatever book you want. I know that's what you want. I don't know what book you want. I mean, honestly, anytime I've ever asked you to buy me books, I give you a specific list of here are 5 books that I want. Pick 1 or 2 to get for me.
Right.
I might as well just get them myself.
I agree.
And
same
for you.
To me, I guess I enjoy you know this, like when our kid got sick, I would go and like on the way back from the doctor's office, I would run into a store and get their medicine, and I'd come up with a thing of Legos or something.
Every single time, 100%. Or you would swing by one of the game stores and
buy a video game.
100%.
Right.
Every time I'm like, where the fuck are we going? This isn't the way home. And you would stop every time and get our sick kid something to cheer them up.
But why?
Because you buy presents all the time throughout the year to make your child happy. It doesn't have to be on Christmas.
Exactly.
Which is the point that I think you were trying to ultimately make.
Yes.
That we try to get something for each other, for our kid, whatever. I mean, okay, yeah, we don't have anything for each other for Christmas under the tree. But how many times have you walked into the house with something that like, oh, I saw this and thought of you.
Right.
Or hey, I stopped at the grocery store and they had a bag of candy on sale half off, so I got you too.
Right.
Like, that sounds stupid, but you guys, if you are not buying your significant other or your babies something small and stupid that you know that they like, you're doing life wrong.
Right.
If you've got the money for a little bit extra something stupid every once in a while.
Yeah. I guess that's my point.
And
What's my point? My point is
love each other.
Yeah, just be
love each other all the time. Be nice to each other all the time. And if you don't have the money to buy stupid somethings, come in all the time and tell your people that you love. Tell them you love them. Use those words. Write them on a sticky note. Hey, I like your stupid hair today.
Right.
You know?
And that whole thing where you get a gift and you're like, this sucks. Why do we do this to each other? Why not just get the gift you want?
Exactly.
Like the part that's important is the family, is the love, is the being together.
Yeah.
It's not the fucking gifts.
It's not the gifts, you guys.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was our rant on Santa. But we have more. There's more of a rant.
You guys.
We're gonna go rant in a minute, but this is gonna be for Patreons only.
Yeah,
Patreon subscribers only.
This next part is for Patreon subscribers only.
Yeah, so if you want to continue this conversation with us here on Christmas,
do you know what else we're talking about for patrons only?
We're talking about Elf on the fucking Shelf.
We sure as fuck are.
Yeah, because Elf on the Shelf is we'll save.
Elf.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, I won't even save that.
I shared a picture tonight on Twitter, and it was a picture of like some like chicken wing bones in the shape of like an elf with a little elf hat.
Oh my god!
Only they were eaten, and it said, "Santa, thanks for the elf. Cookies help wash it down." You know? something like that.
And that really describes my entire feelings on the situation. But we will get into it more. If you subscribe to Patreon, it's only $2 a month at the lowest level.
Yeah.
You'll get to hear our extra little rant here.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know on average, an American spends like $30 a month on just alcohol?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're only asking for like $2. You can probably find that laying outside your car if you just keep looking every day.
Oh my god.
So I'm just saying, whatever.
In your couch?
Join us or don't, but it's $2 a month, and then you can get all the bonus episodes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thanks, guys, for joining us for the Santa rant, and hopefully we'll see you over for the Elf on the Shelf rant here.
Yep.
All right. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye. Oh no, husband, why did it stop?
Well, this was just a teaser introducing our special bonus episode just for our Patreon members and our Acast Plus subscribers.
But how can listeners hear the entire episode?
Visit us at patreon.com and become a member or subscribe on Acast Plus.
That's right. For as little as $2 a month on either platform, listeners can hear all our bonus material.
That sounds like a great deal. Links are in the show notes. Go sign up now. Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my god. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.